Today was the moment of truth for House Republicans, unveiling their long-awaited tax bill, saying it will amount to a pay raise for middle-class Americans. The plan will reduce the number of tax brackets from 7 to 4 and double the standard deduction. And House Republicans say it will also boost the economy. Joining me now is a man who is about to undertake his own tax reform effort, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Sir, how are you preparing the Senate to take what the House is hopefully able to pass and get it over to you so you can try to get it across the finish line?
Well, Dana, first, the Senate Finance Committee will be doing the same thing. They're going to develop their own proposal, but they're doing it in coordination with the House, and we expect the bills to look similar. Under the Constitution, the House goes first. We'll come along shortly thereafter with the goal of getting this done this year. And what do you make of Democrats who are pretty already vitriolic about it, even before the details have come out? Let me have you listen to former Speaker Pelosi, the minority leader, and get your take.
We have always said we stand ready to join the Republicans at the table to produce growth, to create good-paying jobs that reduce the deficit. Instead, the Brian McConnell framework is not reform. It is, again, deficit-exploding, multi-trillion-dollar giveaway to the wealthiest and corporations delivered on the backs of our children, our seniors, and hardworking Americans.
How will you respond to that type of attack? Because you know it's coming.
Yeah, it's almost entirely inaccurate. The Washington Post today gave them 4 Pinocchios for the way they're characterizing our bill. Let me just tell you the truth. It reduces taxes for the middle class, also reduces business taxes, but there's a reason for that. That's to prevent our jobs from being exported to other countries. That's the core of the bill. You know, there wasn't a single year of 3% growth during President Obama. And we need to get the country growing again. And the only way to do that is to do comprehensive tax reform to make America more competitive and reduce the number of regulations, which President Trump is already effectively doing. You see some signs of life already. We've had 3 quarters in a row of 3% growth. Don't want to read too much into a particular quarter, but the trend looks good, and people are anticipating this significant tax reform bill.
Well, the president's certainly looking for some sort of legislation to sign on that regard. I also wanted to ask you about how you were able to find some bipartisan agreement, or at least Democrats to agree to go forward with the schedule, because you threatened to have them work over the weekend, and then all of a sudden you're getting judicial nominees approved.
Well, they were taking a lot of time to do judicial nominees. They couldn't defeat them. And so I told them, we'll just stay here this weekend. You can either let us confirm 4 circuit judges in 1 week. By the way, circuit judges are just below the Supreme Court. In all of Obama's first year, he got 3. We did 4 this week. We've done 4 before this, and we'll do more before the end of the year. The president is sending up spectacular young judges. We're going to confirm them. These are lifetime appointments. They'll be on the court for years and years to come and have a huge impact on what kind of America we have.
My last question for you, are you concerned that because you have such a thin margin for victory for this tax reform bill, that you could have a situation where you end up with just a few Republicans deciding to vote no and scuttling the effort?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's anybody among the 52 of us that doesn't want to get to yes. And also what people like Nancy Pelosi are not noticing is that we expect there'll be some Democratic support at the end, too. There are at least 3 Democratic senators who signaled they're likely to support this as well. So it could actually end up passing the Senate on a bipartisan basis.